We need to get it to 69,420.
Yep.
Check.
Well, I mean, we need to get it up to 100K, but that's beside the point. Just for the screenshot, then we can go for it. Then we can take it higher.
Yeah.
Also, Merry Christmas to y'all.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa.
And make sure to look out for evil Santa. Not Krampus, but the evil robot Santa.
Well, yeah.
I forgot, what did they call him
Naughty.
in Futurama?
Yeah.
Or was it just Santa there as well?
Santa bot.
Santa bot, that's what it was. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. Yeah. Other than the puppy,
He's you
how
when you're
are all y'all
sleeping.
doing?
He knows when you're on the can. He'll hunt you down, blast you around from here to Pakistan. In case
I
you're
don't know why Pakistan, but alright.
Because it rhymes with can.
Fair enough.
I mean, would you prefer that they use, I don't know, like Kazakhstan or Kyrgyzstan or
Oh no,
Uzbekistan.
I don't know why. Just Pakistan
Yeah, but-
hit funny.
but then you'd ask, why did they use Kyrgyzstan? Because you just can't be pleased, can you?
No, I can't.
Typical man. Wait.
I was gonna say my non-existent girlfriend could tell you all about it. My Canadian girlfriend could tell you all about it.
Wow, you're dating one of my coworkers.
Yes.
I have several Canadian coworkers.
You should probably let them know. It's just getting weird at this point.
Nah, it's funnier what they don't know. Their husbands also don't know.
Now that's an assumption on your part, Ricky, and that's on you. You don't know. You don't know.
Accidentally
You don't know what the poly or bi arrangements here are.
But I know them.
Person responded to.
It's just gonna look a little bit weird.
The person responded to a Reddit post asking, like, what's the most awkward date you've ever been on? And this woman pops in with, her boyfriend of several months took her to this spot in a park that he knows that his parents like. And they walk up and notice that his mom is there feeding strawberries to another man.
Oh.
And then his dad walked back from somewhere and sat down and started holding the guy's hand, and that's when he found out that his parents like to tag.
Mazel.
So it's like, you might know them, Ricky. You might know them, and you might know their husbands, but you don't know what they're into. They might be dating.
Or maybe I know exactly what they're into.
Fair enough.
Actually, okay, on a side note for that one that just kind of made me laugh. I was listening to a podcaster who said that he admitted that he was conceived in a gangbang. So one of those moments of whenever he brings it up, it's like, yeah, me and my 17 dads. Oh yeah, my dad could beat up your dad. Are you sure there's 17 of them?
You got to run the gauntlet. Surely one of them is actually my dad.
That depends on whether you're ready for gang war or not. They go down a dark alley and it's just your 17 dads approaching slowly while snapping and sashaying.
I was about to make that reference. Yeah, just 17, just full on greaser at that point.
Would they be the greasers or would they be the preps?
The answer is yes. They take turns.
It'd be a. it's like a half and half. So some of them are wearing like tied sweaters tied around their necks and slacks with tucked in shirts, and the other half are just wearing jeans and a white t-shirt. They got a pack of cigarettes folded into their sleeve.
And in the back, one of them is just a beatnik for no reason.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, that was the thing. They walk down the alley, they see the preppers, right? And then, the whole snap routine going in. And then right when they're trying to turn around on the alleyway, that's when the greasers come in on the other side.
And they get pissed off at the
And that's
one
how the
guy.
gangbang starts.
They get pissed off at the one guy who shows up dressed like a Vietnam vet for some reason.
It's like, we talked about this.
We have a dress code, damn it.
The hell's wrong with you guys?
We've talked about this at the previous orgies.
Damn it, you pulled this shit at the last orgy. One more time and you're out.
That being said, I just realized how funny it is to have a dress code at an orgy.
The dress code is birthday suit.
I mean, there's going to be at least a few of those that the dress code is rope.
That's true. That's true.
Dear God. Too soon.
EYOR? I don't know if there's a fancier way to say rope.
I knew what you were getting at.
Now I'm picturing the big guy from the Goonies saying that. Bjorn.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. What is his name?
Sloth.
Yep.
Was it Sloth?
I
Or
worked with
Sloth,
a guy who,
depending on which character is speaking.
Yeah.
I think the credits say Sloth, but most of the characters say Sloth. I've seen the Goonies way too many times.
Never actually watched it all the way through.
Not since you wait your
Really?
weight in
Oh, it's a fun
Godfather's
movie.
Pizza. I mean, it's an 80s
Just
movie,
don't
so
think
it's,
about
What
it.
is me being
hasn't
D&D
aged well.
never stopped
aged
you
well.
from yelling at me.
It might not have aged well, but it was definitely of its time.
Oh, come
In
on.
the terms of, just very stupid fun. Especially if you're a kid in that time zone. It's kind of like the kids. It felt like being on a Disneyland ride in a good way. Even though it makes no goddamn sense, but that's half the charm of it. Like, how the fuck do you have this piano room that you have to, hit the right keys in order to get past the death trap that you're in? Like, how would you even
You
make
hit the
that so that
wrong
it doesn't
note,
collapse
well, I'll be
immediately?
flat.
Yep, there you go. That's what it was. I forgot about that.
Anyway, sorry for the delay from me, but we can get right into it if
No worries.
everybody's ready.
It's okay. It gave me enough time to
I
slaughter
forgot
everyone.
to
Give me like
invite
2
the
more
boss.
minutes.
Okay.
It gave me exactly enough time to slaughter everyone in the Absolutist camp.
Are you playing Dragon Age 2? I don't even know what you're referring to now.
Baldur's Gate.
It's Baldur's Gate.
Apparently, I need to pick up the game again for the single player campaign, I mean, as well as our,
Yeah,
multiplayer
we
game.
need to play ours again at some point. Kobe.
I'm guessing by the Absolutist camp, you mean the Goblin camp.
Yeah, the Goblin camp. Sorry. What the fuck?
We
What?
do realize that's going to be the first line of the recording, right?
That was so dumb. No, I'm at the red caps now, and I went to I failed the thing. So me having Karlak as a berserker, I went to throw the sheep at another sheep, which also breaks the illusion. But I failed my athletics check somehow, even though I have a 90% chance to succeed. And the sheep went running off, but it ran over one of the bleeding traps, so it lost its illusion anyway. So the red cap's just walking around bleeding, thinking it's still a fucking sheep. It's like, oh my god.
Did you like that Luality clip that I sent you where she rolled 4 nat 1s in a row?
I would be significantly more impressed if I hadn't rolled far worse than that while DMing for you.
I just thought it would be relatable. I didn't think you would be impressed. I think many people would be impressed by the 1 in 160,000 chance. I think you would just find it relatable.
Yes. Oh my god, how many nat ones did I roll?
Alright, let's get up to Tari.
It was like 8, I think. I screenshot it.
If it's 8, I don't know if I believe you.
I screenshot it and sent it to the players.
I don't know if I believe that.
No.
Brooke was in the game.
I don't believe
no,
that's
never
that's
happened.
a 25 billion chance.
I counted.
I screenshot it and sent
The
it to
chances of the laws of mathematics briefly changing for just a second are much, much higher than rolling 8 nat 1s in a row.
The better part was, when Ricky was playing in a Pathfinder game, and in a night where he did 14 dice rolls, 9 of them were nat 1. 9 out of 14 were a 5% chance.
It might not have been 8 nat 1s, but it was at least 6.
But
Check. Sorry, don't mind me.
Like 1, 2. No,
yeah, we don't try to make sense of the laws of probability when it comes to Ricky's luck. Trying to.
It all depends on one thing. Is it funny when it happens? If you is it funny if you get a nat 1 at this moment? If it is, then it will happen.
Not anymore. It's just sad now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just
it happens, especially if you're DMing. It feels like where it's like, oh no, this thing is supposed to be like actually monstrous and supposed to be super terrifying, and I got that one.
Yeah, I legitimately had bandits who were rolling. I have extra attack, don't I? Why is extra attack glitching out so fucking hard and not letting me attack? Oh well, it's kind of a moot point.
Because you didn't get the proper belly rubs that it deserves.
But
as we all know.
I was rolling with fucking advantage on my attacks and rolled at least 6 nat 1s in a row.
Yeah, that's... Sorry.
It's just par for course at this point, to be honest.
So, are we good to go, or are we still...
Was waiting for Scout.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, okay. All right. Are we ready to hop in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so last time we all met, we had a guest recap from Steven. Thank you, from the point of view Manu recapping basically the entire campaign thus far. Then we just basically proceeded to have a pretty roleplay heavy episode. I think we took like a couple hours before getting through the gate, which I don't know how to say this. Like, I feel like I thought to myself, like, I've been waiting for this. This is like the moment that, like, the player characters spend, like, long, uninterrupted, like, consecutive minutes just, like, role-playing with each other. Like, not necessarily, like, moving the plot forward, just, like, having fun in the space together. So that was really nice. I think everybody has at least a point of inspiration. Otherwise I'd give some out. But yeah, during that session, Eddie took Tritari through the fire gate. The party settled in for a long rest, taking shifts to keep watch. During their shift on watch duty, Manu and Jack found a massive hoof prints in the snow circling and crisscrossing the whole campsite. And come early morning, the party rose to proceed on their ascent of Mount Gakis. Manu dispelled the flames, and the party quickly hurried through while the fiery gate was momentarily suppressed. Dratari wanted to investigate the tower, and upstairs he found a caged captive bound in silver chains, Emil Tornescu, former leader of the werewolf clan, and current science experiment and plaything of Ludmila, one of the brides of Strahd. Despite Tegan's insistence of the party needing to hold themselves to higher standards than the evil that they fight, Jack fired several deadly shots in response to the werewolf's increasingly agitated responses to the party debating their role in his fate. Some of the rest of the party tried to prevent that turning into a death, but it was kind of a, no, oh no, let's not let the werewolf die.
I was very much trying.
Yeah, you were trying to get those bars. Yeah,
I think me and Jatari were actually pretty pissed about it.
You can't.
Stuntman Eddie and Jatari.
You can't see me right now, but
exactly.
my middle finger is cramping from how hard I'm flipping off the screen.
But yeah, after that, crossing the bridge, you momentarily saw a Strahd illusion. I think Manu was the one that saw that. Tegan was using illusory magic to kind of bait whatever might be around with the magic pantomime horse, basically. And a giant rock flew out to try to swipe it, and when you passed again, you kind of arranged it to sacrifice Dratari's frog horse mount, but luckily, after casting a fine steed later, no harm was done. The party barely had time for a bit of post-Solenka Pass debrief and party prep talk, when suddenly Sangzor, the massive goat lord of the mountain, lurched into view to menace the party as they trekked through his domain. A 9-foot-tall goat stands atop a crag above you, its gray fur blending perfectly with the rock of the mountainside. It lowers its head, and malice glimmers in its eyes. And that brings us to where we left off. Everybody should roll initiative.
All right.
9.
Uh, 15 for me.
Where did I put my dice?
There you are.
15 for Jack.
15 I did.
And Jack Jr. acts on your initiative?
Yeah, well, directly after.
19.
I got a 6 total.
1.
I apologize, it's been a hot second. Where do I throw that into?
On the right side of tabletop, there should be an initiative tab. If you can plug that in for
There we
yourself.
go.
I put Rick's in.
Thank you. Don't know why this
There we go.
brain's out right now, but what if we shorten Stuntman Eddie's name to just Steady?
No, sorry, no.
Are you saying that because you want to go steady with steady?
I was just gonna say, every time he rages, he can say, "I'm going steady."
Ed Monty, you want to roll an initiative for Lancelot?
Sure. Does he have a dex mod?
It would just be what dog is. Does he have a character sheet? His dexterity is +2.
Oh, there you go.
Dog.
I'm pretty sure
Those-
Stuntman
or
Eddie
no,
is
never mind.
is ace
Ignore.
also, except that he just thinks that means he's really good.
Yes.
He doesn't know what that is, but that is.
I
him.
mean, they are a dog. They are a good doggo.
Ace.
Anyways.
Where
Someone told him, "I think you might be ace," and he said, "Oh, thank you."
Mm.
By the way, I just turned up the music. Is this something from like Dark Souls or something?
No, that's actually Travis Savoy, and it's the unofficial Curse of Strahd soundtrack.
Ooh, nice.
I think there's 2 different albums you could find on YouTube.
I'll look that up later.
Tegan's sexuality is Ace of Spades, which is aromantic asexual. Eddie's sexuality is Ace of Spades, the song by Motorhead.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
As
It is
soon
really
as
that
you
song,
said
yes.
Spades, that's what popped into my head.
His Eddie's pronouns are snake eyes.
Don't say that while I'm drinking. Scout. Don't make me choke.
All right. Well, Ace, Stuntman
No.
Eddie is
Win some
up
/
first.
lose some.
Simply ask you to not say jokes while I'm drinking. That is hazardous to my health.
Well,
Good jokes, I should say, but regardless.
7/11. I'm looking up the lyrics right now. There's so many like double pairs of things.
oh god.
Anyways, I think it is
It is.
it is Seven's turn then.
Okay. What's going on?
Eddie, it's your turn. We just started combat.
Yeah.
Big chillin', you
The
know?
big. Is it just the big goat we're fighting? Are all the other animals are?
Yeah, those are
horses?
your mounts. Yeah.
And the frog, yes.
And we're
Actually,
definitely
how-
fighting, not talking.
It's a
You were the
goat.
first up. You can talk if you want.
Are we capable of talking to it?
Can I make a insight check on? Can I just make a general vibe check of like we're fighting for sure?
I mean,
Oh wait, no, this is the goat. Okay, sorry. It's been a minute since we played. So this is that goat that like Eddie really wants to kill, right?
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, then then fuck it. Yeah, okay, let's go.
Do you have proficiency in the vibe check skill anyway?
You mean insight?
No, I meant the
I
vibe
have
check skill.
proficiency in Vibbies.
I have a -1 in insight and a negative. I think a vibe check, Stuntman Eddie might be a little better. But...
Stuntman
Well,
Eddie gets advantage on vibe
Oh
checks
my
from all
god,
his
sorry. What
partying.
does Stuntman Ed even do? Okay. I'll use a bonus action to enter a rage. I'm raging.
That checks out.
Yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm real pissed off. I'm real pissed off. So pissed off that I'm gonna take out Vladimir's great sword of the silver dragon and go for a smack. Oh, I probably need to actually move over there. It's like, is it within reach? It's not like goating up
It's
on
not
that,
that close.
goating up on that cliff or something.
I'd say when you're there, you could reach it.
Okay.
It is a bit above you, but I'll say on that side of the cliff, if you get a square adjacent to it, you're within range.
Okay, gotcha. And I need to pull up my notes, but does anyone remember why Stuntman Eddie wants to fight this goat? I know it's like
The
barbarian
druid
goat god or
mountain folks heavily revere this creature, but also they want they kind of have a like coming of age tradition, like the hunt of Sangzor, but obviously nobody's ever killed this creature, and it's kind of like a rite of passage that they try to do so. But
Sangzor.
it's definitely an earnest try. Like if somebody gets that pelts, like the whole tribe you're gonna command the respect of them.
Okay. Does Eddie know that?
I believe so.
Okay. Sorry.
I
The
don't
only thing
remember
I had in
who
my
would have
notes
said
was
that to
Eddie
you,
wants
but yeah.
Eddie wants to hang out with barbarians, big old goats named Sangzor, Mount Gakos, blah blah. Like, okay, yeah, I want that coat, and I want to be the coolest person ever. So, yeah, let's just swing that sword.
Yeah. As debriefed us on the legends of the area.
All right, I'm, Rick, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for that record because I just rolled a nat 1.
Let's go.
Oh, no.
You've got 5 more nat 1s before you tie me.
All right, let's go. Well, luckily I do have 2 attacks per action. Oh,
Still have the screenshot somewhere.
you know, let's not start out this way. I'm gonna use a luck point to re-roll that.
Good
Okay.
idea.
I'm not joking. I'm
Oh,
not
no.
joking.
Another natural
When
one.
I say that I did roll a nat 1.
Okay.
Okay,
That
worst
was not
possible
Eddie's
use
night.
of a luck point.
You've done
Well,
me
let's
proud.
let's just go for that second attack then.
Sorry, Eddie.
Okay, there we go. 18 plus 8.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Disappointed.
The hit.
I was waiting
then-
for it too.
I
Like,
was like,
Yeah,
I can keep rolling for a long time. I got luck. I got action surge. I got inspiration.
Fucking
I got
haste plus action surge. Attack 6 times, all of them nat 1s.
I was
Yep.
waiting for it just because I felt like after that first nat 1, it's like, oh, Scout was trying to give you crap for the fact for your luck being completely
And now it's gonna
against
happen.
probability. Scout must have jinxed.
Carl was about to say, hold my beer.
4, 5 plus 5 plus 2 because I'm raging. So what is that? 14, 16 slashing damage.
What weapon are you using?
The Vladimir's greatsword.
Okay. Is that a +1?
It's plus 2.
Okay, so it is a magical weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the total again?
14 slashing damage.
So Eddie swings wide and gashes in, and so this is still your first attack because you used luck to reroll.
No, that was my second attack. The
so
first reroll.
Your first one
was
swings wide,
my
and
second
then Eddie
one.
first at bat, strike and a hit, and that first hit it just barely seems to graze the leather, and it just like turns to like gaze directly at you, Eddie. Is that both your attacks? Do you have a bonus action or movement you want to do?
No, I think I'll leave it there. I just unless we've got 10 minutes for me to use speak with animals and beast sense, but
Yep.
since we are in combat, I'm gonna think no, and yeah,
We've got all the time in the world.
we can speak with animals once he's dead.
You've entered the lair of Sangzor, and he bleats a baleful,
no.
disconcertingly human-like scream that resonates through the ground, and it rattles your very bones. All creatures within 60 feet of it is able to hear make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
What type of effect is this?
It's a layer action, but what do you mean?
Is it like a fear effect, or is it a charmed effect, or is it? I'm just asking because.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because
Tegan's gonna have this with a disadvantage. It's like a ear-piercing noise resistance check.
Okay. I was just asking because Jack Jr. has a bunch of immunities for being a metal man.
I rolled a 21.
So Eddie saves.
I'm good at those.
Eek.
7
Hey,
for
Eddie, I also got a 21.
Hey.
Jesus. Okay, 7 for Jatari and a nat 1 for Hobbit Plops.
Okay, I'll just say anything lower than a 15 is going to be taking 12 piercing damage as your ears start to bleed.
Okay. Jack Jr. got a 10 on die. He has a +5 Constitution, so he got exactly 15.
Beats it.
Alright. And what would that be for Hoppity Clops? That would be... Okay, yeah, down to 7.
Yeah, lower than a 15, 12 piercing damage.
Okay. If you save on it, you take no damage, or is it half?
Yeah, no damage, not half damage on a save.
Gotcha.
Or I'm sorry, half damage on a successful. So if you got over 15, 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay. See, I had to say something, didn't I?
And on a failure, perception checks that rely on sound are made at disadvantage until your next long rest.
How much HP does
I
Lancelot have?
think like 12.
Okay. I did pass with Lancelot. He rolled an 18, and I failed.
Good.
No.
Don't make me go over there and lay on hands for a dog, please.
Or no,
Somebody quick,
10.
cast
I was
Sanctuary
reading the
on
wrong
him.
number.
I mean, that was an AoE, so Sanctuary wouldn't matter.
Oh, well, that's true.
Alright.
Well,
Well.
it would. Banishment. Let's banish him to another dimension for a little bit.
Sangzor's turn. He has multi-attack. He is going to make a ram attempt at Eddie. 33 to hit.
Yeah, that's
34
gonna do
bludgeoning damage on a successful hit.
Jesus Christ. Thankfully halved. Because rage.
You said 34 total?
34 bludgeoning damage, yeah.
Okay.
So it'd be
17.
7. Yeah. That's a yikes for me, dog.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
The heat of the battle has left Sangzor feeling peckish, and your weapon is pretty tasty. The holder of the targeted weapon must take a DC 16 dexterity saving throw or have their weapon consumed.
Oh my god. What is this?
There is
bullshit?
no
Okay.
way I'm losing this. Okay. Luckily, I'm gonna have to roll really bad. What did you say? DC 16?
Correct.
Okay. So first off,
Dexterity save.
I have advantage on dex saves. So let's try that first. That's 14, 10. Let's see, what can I do? I'm gonna use another luck point to re-roll that. Is that two more or one more?
I would guess it's
And
just
spend-
another roll that
No,
replaces
it's
your
just-
higher roll, but I'm not.
Yeah, it's just an additional d20, not
We
roll
we
again.
have a couple rules scholars here that would probably know more than me, but my
Okay,
guess would
9.
be that
That's not better.
It's just an extra roll.
Right.
Okay, knowledge from a past life doesn't work on saving throws. All right. Let's use that inspiration point. Yeah, he eats that shit.
Oh god.
Oh.
And actually, how much was that? About 34 points?
I'm not even
half to 17.
Yeah.
In that case, at the very least, I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to rebuke the violence. The violent with that.
Do I have any reactions I can use to help you? Is the question.
Yeah. If you've ever wanted to help Stuntman Eddie, now's the time. I rolled 4 d20 4 times and couldn't get it.
Oh, I have Flash of Genius. I can add 4 to your roll.
Oh,
Okay. That works because one of them I was just 2 off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I was like, my brain was just like, I haven't played Artificer for a while. I think I have something to help you.
And
Yeah.
that's just for the eating, right? Not the damage.
Yeah, it only works on ability checks or saving throws.
Okay, that's. I would much rather take the damage. I would rather die than lose the sword. So.
I was tempted to silvery barb the attack roll, but I wasn't
took me
sure
longer to.
Matter.
It took me longer to get this weapon than it would to make a new character.
So in that case, while you do that, Jatari starts like, in lieu of better terminology, just like a whole aura starts glowing around her, and basically starts channeling divinity to use that 34 to rebuke the violence, and the goat needs to make a DC check of Wisdom 14, or bad things will happen.
Wisdom check or wisdom save?
Wisdom saving throw. On failure, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt, or half damage on success.
It was a fail. So say that again.
On failure, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt, or half damage on success.
It just dealt 34 bludgeoning damage to Eddie, so deal 34 damage to itself.
In radiant damage. I don't know if that helps or hinders or what have you, but still. Yeah, just immediately upon the goat trying to eat Eddie's weapon, her pissed off nature right now after what she just had to deal with kind of overcomes her. Radiant, like a kind of glow comes all around her, and then immediate radiant damage happens at the goat.
And I think it happens in the form of the Sangzor rams and hits Eddie for a lot of damage and then attempts to eat Eddie's weapon. Eddie gets his weapon out of the way, but then Dratari casts Rebuke, and then Radiant, basically a Radiant like doppelganger of the goat, repeats its ram attack back at it, doing the same amount of damage. But that is his action. He's going to make some movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Does Stuntman
Wow.
Eddie get an opportunity attack?
Yeah.
Good looking at.
Okay.
You know what I'm gonna use to do that opportunity attack?
Your slobbery sword.
I hope I hit because I used up all of my rerolls. Nah, I still got one. I got one for special occasions, like someone tries to eat my sword. 13 plus 8, 21 to hit.
I'm sorry. 21, I believe, does hit. That was your attack roll. I'm sorry, I zoned out for a second.
No worries.
Yeah, that does hit.
Yeah, that was my attack roll. Okay, and then 3 plus 7, 14 slashing again.
Okay. But that would end Sangzor's turn, and Lancelot would be up next. You sending him anywhere or anything? Scooping him up, or?
If he went that way, then I'd send him back over closer to the bridge.
Okay.
So just like over that way.
There was a rock swooping up critters from that bridge, but
I forgot about that thing. That thing was scary
Yeah.
as hell.
An eagle might pick up Lancelot. I think Lancelot's a bit beneath the notice of a rock.
Take Lancelot to Mordor and drop him in.
but Jack would be up after that.
Hello, my name is Jack, and I'm that feeling when you've been playing so much Baldur's Gate, you tried to use WASD to move the minimap.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I'm pretty happy that thing's way the fuck over there. So I'll just kind of come over here underneath these trees a little bit. And I am going to do a couple of attacks with my light crossbow. I think. Exposed to use. Nothing particularly useful right now. Actually, I guess I could hashtag bless them. Let's just let's test the waters here. That probably doesn't hit. 14.
No.
Okay. Second attack. It's a 14 on die for 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
And I rolled max damage, so that's 13.
13, what kind of damage and with what weapon?
Piercing, it's with my repeating infused light crossbow.
Okay, so it is magical. And how much?
It is magical, correct. It is 13 damage.
Yeah, you do bury a couple bolts in, and it just seems to like sink into the fur. You're not seeing signs of blood or anything yet.
All right. And then. Use Fury of the Small here. Why not? I'll also Fury of the. Using Fury of the Small, I'll do an extra damage to it. So that was 16 damage instead.
That last attack was a different amount of damage than it was?
Yeah. I have, as a goblin, I have an ability called Fury of the. When I
Fury of
damage
the
a
Small.
creature, whose size is larger than me with an attack spell, I can deal an plus 3 damage.
So an additional 3?
Yeah. Okay. And it doesn't take an action or a reaction.
Okay.
It just happens. And then. I'm pretty sure I have to command the robot with my bonus action. Sorry, it's been a hot minute since we've played, so I'm forgetting my
I get it.
How dare.
daggone abilities. Okay, yes, I can command it to take an action with my bonus action. Just like I was thinking. Okay, good. It's going to... Who did we lose?
Wait. Opus is here.
Oh, I heard
Did we lose
One
one
of
of
the
our ghosts?
recording bots.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
No, one of them left.
Well, that's why we have this
That's
guy.
why there's 2. And even then, sometimes I forget to fucking download them before the week is up.
All good.
Can Jack get
We're-
up to here? Or is it too steep?
I'll say like the first one is you could treat it as you're not climbing, but if you're going more than one grid space into the gray, you're having to use an action to climb or treat it like difficult terrain.
Okay, I can get there even if it's difficult terrain, so... and then Jack Jr. is going to use Power Red. So he's going to attack. Will a 19 hit?
It will. Just barely.
Plus 3, so that's 6 points of force damage.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
That was your and Jack Jr.'s turn?
Yeah, that was mine and Jack Jr.'s turn. My bonus action was commanding Jack Jr. to attack.
Esmeralda is up next. She is going to whistle, which kind of sends most of the mounts off, which I have then later in initiative. But she... is going to rush right up, and she's going to multi-attack, one with her rapier and one with her silvered short sword. The first one hits, the second one misses. But she does slice in for 9 damage. Let me mark. And that is going to be... Oops, stop zooming in. Jesus. That is going to be her turn. Tegan is up next.
Okay. First, double vibe check on this. After this opening salvo, how does it look?
Question for me. Without making you make a check, you're not seeing any blood happening after the first few hits.
Okay. And did it seem like when it retreated, was it trying to run away or just...
You can make an insight check for that, or an animal handling check for that.
I am 99.9% certain that they are the same modifier for me. Animal handling a 4, insight a 4. They are the same for me. 13.
It's rearing, it's giving itself runway to make a more effective ram at its neck target.
Understood. Tegan will start mumbling melodically the lyrics to Ace of Spades, tap Eddie, walk over towards Eddie, tap Eddie for haste, and donate Eddie some bardic inspiration. And that's my action and bonus action.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
Stay and put though?
After I moved over to Eddie, yes.
Oh, right. If that is your turn, Manu is up next.
All right. There we go. Can get over that way. And I'll just go ahead and Sacred Flame, so it's got to make a dexterity save.
It's
What's that?
20, dirty 20.
Ooh,
16
oh, well,
plus
it
4.
takes no damage then. And that's my turn.
Up next is Dratari.
So, let me double check on this one. I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah, that's already. Well, I mean, it's 1 up. Is that fine enough for? It's 25 to get around here. Is that fine for travel or no?
I'll allow that.
Okay. In that case, yeah, where her normally bubbly nature, like kind of almost bouncy nature, is completely still now, and she just rushes up with the magic axe after kind of noting the fact that Eddie was using a magic weapon against the goats.
Mm-hmm.
So just to make sure that this thing will hit, she uses the, what was that thing called? The Axe of Yesterhill?
The woodcutter's axe.
Yeah. And makes 2 swipes at the thing.
Okay.
One was a dirty 20, one would have been a 11.
The 20 hits.
Sweet. Because, yep, always having the one that doesn't hit between the two. But that would be then 6 for damage.
6, and you're using a magic weapon. Okay.
And just as my bonus action, yeah, I guess, is there a way that I can hit the goat off of the mountainside that would help in any way or no? Like, because I still have shield shove action.
Does that have limitation on creature size?
Let me double check. If you take an action,
if not,
on turn,
just smack the mountain.
Right.
You can use a bonus action to try to shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield. If you aren't incapacitated, you can add your shield's AC bonus to your dex saving throw.
Has a limit of
one size larger.
One size larger. Yeah.
Damn.
So it can be large, but it cannot be huge or gargantuan.
Damn. All right.
This is like 3 sizes larger than you.
Yeah. In that case, what do we have here? Shield of Faith is a bonus action. You know what? Yeah, I cast Shield of Faith then, just to make sure. Because she's a little bit TO'd, as it were. So she starts chanting something under her breath, something in Celestial, and immediately, like, a showering of what could only be called, like, greenish, bluish bubbles started going over her to be Shield of Faith.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yes. The mucus of Zaldin. Blessed be thy name. And yeah, end turn.
Okay. After Drishari is Casimir Velikov. A couple of you, or at least anybody who might be paying attention, recognizes that he is casting mage armor on himself as he heads a little bit in, but skirting kind of wide. 30. And that is Casimir's turn. The horses are going to start bolting. And I don't want to move your token for you, Dratari, if you don't want to include your mount with the horses, but do you want to include them with that?
I mean, technically the mount should have been like right next to Dratari, but I'll just have them move with the rest of the crew. I'm guessing like right here.
Okay.
Like technically the token's off the cliff, but we're all in agreement on that one. It's like, yeah, just continuing on.
And top of round 2, it is Stuntman Eddie's turn again. Is Eddie with us?
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
I ran downstairs to go over here. I was like, I've got time, and then I immediately didn't have time. Alright, so first things first. Now, Stuntman Eddie, he ain't afraid of no man. But that goat, that thing terrifies
That goat ain't no man.
So I'm gonna switch over to Kevin's Blood Fork. I can afford to lose my favorite magical weapon to protect my extra super stupendously favorite magic weapon. Let's keep it classic. Let's see if I can even reach. So I don't think I can get over there. Yeah. Or was it right here? 40, so let's move here so I'm not invisible.
If you want, I could.
You're hasted.
I'm
you have
hasted.
80. You have 80-foot move speed.
Oh hell yeah! I forgot about that. Thank you. As thanks, as I'm sprinting away from you, I say, the only bard I need is the Tegan of Spades. Yeah, I thought that would work. I thought I could make that work better than I mean, Stuntman Eddie thought he could make that work better than he did. Cause me Scout, I totally could have made. But
We know.
okay, so then let's do what is that? Probably like here.
Okay.
Some combination of diagonals gets me, I think, here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go crazy on this goat. Yeah, let's just do the classic poke. Nat 2. But that's with. Let's see. So +2. It's 2. Oh no, because this one's not +2, so it's not gonna make it. Does an 8 hit? Yeah, I don't.
It does not.
Okay. 9 plus 6, 15. Does a 15 hit? Wait,
does not.
before. Okay.
You could always. Don't you have reckless attack so you can attack with protection?
I always forget I have reckless attack.
You also
'Cause
currently have my bardic.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna try to figure that out before. I don't know if I can do that now that I've heard the result, right? Or can I?
Bardic, you should be able to after learning the result.
Yeah.
Bardic.
I don't.
Bardic is technically worded as after you see your die roll, but before the
Okay.
DM declares whether that is a hit or miss. So like when
Little
you roll the
loosey goosey,
first-
we're not in person. Like that's kind of like whether or not your DM rapidly responds to things or not is how viable that is. Like it's fine. Like you could know that I said a 15 doesn't hit before deciding to use.
And then I have to relook up reckless attack because playing it on Baldur's Gate is different than.
Yeah. It
Isn't it
essentially gives
you attack with advantage, but also anyone attacking you has advantage?
That's exactly what it is.
Yes.
Your choice. I just wanted to remind you.
It doesn't say. It says just when you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. I guess that would be before even doing the attack roll?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I wanted to know. Because in Baldur's Gate, you can do it after, which makes it way better. And I don't remember it being that useful. That's great. That's super useful. Okay, then I will use Bardic Inspiration. And is that a 10 now?
It's a D8.
Or an 8? Okay, that's right. D8. Three. So does an 18 hit?
That just hits.
Okay. Sweet.
One thing
Thank
to
you,
note about
Tegan.
reckless attack too is that it applies to every attack you make.
Yeah.
So if you make like reaction attacks, or if you have and a oh god, what's an order domain cleric?
It's just every attack until next turn, right?
Mm-mm. No, it is the first attack on your turn, and it lasts for that turn, not that round.
Sure.
Yep. So reckless does not help at all with AOs.
Yeah, in 1D&D they made it so that it lasts until the start of your next
Okay.
turn.
That's
Damn,
probably
that-
the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
It's also in Baldur's Gate with Karlach.
Well,
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate uses some 1D&D rules.
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
super.
1D&D
It's
Okay,
rules.
I say
way
some, but a lot
stronger.
of 1D&D rules. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of is the 1D&D rule.
I think a lot of the like add advantage to this thing. They give like a lot of leniency because I know warding flare from clerics of light is like so overpowered because of this light change of rule. Okay, well then I didn't reckless attack, and I still haven't reckless attacked, but I did hit, and let's see. So we're rolling a d6 this time. Wait.
D6.
Oh, sorry, a d8. I was rolling my great sword attacks. Oh no, those were correct. Okay, yeah, it's a d8
Okay.
because I'm doing 2 damage. Redo that. 3 plus 5, 8 piercing damage.
From a magical weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll do that again. Man, this took a second for me to just oh, not 2. Yeah, so second attack misses.
Okay. But after your first strike, you do see your first drop of blood on the snow.
Did you make all
Only
3
now.
attacks, by the way? Because you're hasted right now.
Oh, then I have one more.
Yeah.
Let me redo that. Fell on the floor. 8 plus 14. Yeah, 14 to hit.
It does not hit.
Oh, that's okay.
This is one touch. Go.
Yeah, and I'll leave it there.
Okay. It is layer action. Manu, make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. Sangzor kicks a conveniently placed boulder at your head. Make the saving throw or take 36 bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone, or taking half damage and remain standing on a success.
I rolled a 17 for a 16.
That's a success. So 15, 16, 17, 18 bludgeoning damage, and you are not prone.
I have a.
Oh, was he? I'm sorry, I was talking to partner. Was somebody attacked?
Manu had, as a layer action, Sangzor did a kick rock at Manu.
Gotcha. Okay,
And Manu succeeded on a DC 15 dexterity save, so take half damage, which was 18 bludgeoning.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, how do layer actions work? Let me just
layer
explain what I'm trying to do.
action-
I have a fighting style interception. When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet, you can use your reaction to reduce damage.
I would say
require
that
it be an attack roll, not a save.
right. It wasn't an attack roll. It was a save on Manu's
it's
part.
attack in name, but not in mechanic.
Right. But if, for
Okay, that makes
example, anything else that happens during a layer action does call for an attack roll, you could do it then. Just because it's a layer action, it's still Sangzor doing it, pretty much.
Okay.
But yeah, that's going to happen
Thank you.
on initiative round 20. And one of 4 things can happen each round, but not the same one twice in a row. So yeah, anybody doing to negate Manu getting hit in the face with a rock, but only taking half damage
I'm
and
too
not
far
getting
away.
knocked down? Up next would be Sangzor, and he is going to multi-attack, but before he attacks, he is going to back up the cliff 15, 20. And
Before he
then
moves back, can we do
Yes.
our reactions?
all 4 of you that were in range.
That would be a 14.
Does not hit.
Damn.
24.
Nice.
Does hit.
Does a nat 20 hit?
No, not at all.
Yeah, well, yes. Unless you're subtracting more than 2 from that.
I'm adding 7.
Yeah, that'll hit.
12 piercing damage.
Okay.
That is going to be 18 force damage.
Yours was magical also? Repeating?
No, it's the force empowered rend from Jack Jr.
Oh. Right, you're not in range, Jack Jr. is.
I
Esmeralda
would hate to be even in the vicinity of the goat.
is sending one with her silvered short sword, which misses. Was that all of your opportunity attacks?
I believe so. Oh, well,
Uh,
except for Esmeralda.
Yeah,
missed.
Esmeralda missed with a 13 to hit.
Okay. Never mind.
I rolled almost max damage on that attack.
5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20. So it moved back 20 feet, moved and rammed forward 20 feet. It's going to take the ram action. 17 is the attack roll. All 4 of y'all there are
AC
targeted.
of 23 now.
Oh, so
miss.
Dratari gets out of the way.
So it rolled a 23 for an attack roll, and this one attack roll applies to everyone.
17 for the attack roll. And it does apply to these 4 that are right in front of it.
Does a 17 hit Esmeralda?
17 does hit Esmeralda.
Okay, I would like Jack. Oh, never mind. Jack Jr. already used his reaction to attack. He can't do that.
I was going to say, I think I used mine. Let me double check that in terms of what the
How much
thing
damage did you say
says.
it was?
25 bludgeoning damage on a successful hit.
Ouch.
Yeah, no, you can use your reaction to magically take, but I already used my reaction. Never mind.
I'm going to cutting words the damage roll to subtract a d8 from the damage that deals to the 2 people that he hits.
Do you roll that or I?
I just rolled it for 3.
Okay. So 22.
How many people did that hit?
Well, it was
Probably.
going towards 4. It hit Esmeralda. It did not hit you, but between Eddie and Jack Jr., I don't remember if you
It
told
hit
me
Jack
yet.
Jr. Yeah,
Hit
it
Jack
hit
Jr. and Eddie? It
Yeah.
was a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits Eddie.
So yeah,
With
it
the
was.
+2 haste AC.
Oh man, I'm forgetting all about everything haste. Meets it beats it. Unfortunately.
So yeah, anybody it hit was 22 bludgeoning damage. If Sangzor moves at least 20 feet in a direct line towards a target and then hits on the same turn, all creatures within range of it take an additional 12 bludgeoning damage. and must succeed on a DC 18 strength throw or be knocked back 5 feet.
All right.
So it's an additional 12 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
As well, but hang on.
Was that already
Wait, yeah,
part
that-
of the 20?
What happened?
In addition to the
It's going crazy.
22 damage, if you were hit, you take an additional 12 bludgeoning damage and must succeed on a DC 18 strength save or be knocked back 5
And-
feet.
Okay.
And because
And you
Jack
take the
Jr.
damage
and
whether you-
Esmeralda,
Go ahead.
and because Jack Jr. and Esmeralda are within the 10-foot range of me, they do get a +3 to their saving roll.
Yeah. So that cutting words save Jack Jr. He's at 1 HP.
That's
If I had been
failed.
What type of saving throw was it?
Dex save.
Strength. Oh, Dex, never mind.
If I'd been a bit quicker on the uptake, I would have cutting words the attack roll instead of the damage roll.
What did you say the DC was?
18 is the saving
Okay.
throw.
Then I failed it, so I get knocked back 5.
You're raging. Don't you have advantage on that? Or is it just strength checks?
Yeah, it's just strength checks. I do have advantage on it, but it didn't matter.
Okay.
I rolled single digits both times, and I'm not very dexterous.
No, it's not just strength checks. It's also strength saving throws. When you're raging, you have advantage
But
on
it's a-
strength checks. And
But it's a
strength
dex
saving throws.
check.
It's a
Yeah.
strength save.
It's a strength save.
Wait,
It's
Is
a
it dex or
dex
strength?
save.
Oh,
Oh, never mind then.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It is a strength save. It's because I accidentally made Esmeralda do
oh, shit.
Well, I still rolled with
Oh,
advantage
well-
and still failed. So
Esmeralda doesn't fail.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Oh wait,
And-
no, I didn't, because that would have been 9 plus. I still failed. It's 18, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 16.
And
Huh.
did Jack
Would
Jr.
you like to stay next to him? I can give you +4 to your saving throw.
I think it's gonna be okay that I'm 5 feet away from him.
I was gonna say, and to make sure Jack Jr. did lose despite the extra 3 for being next to me.
I think
Yeah, yes.
a hasted
But-
8-foot
yeah.
tall bugbear can
Okay.
probably clear that 5 feet pretty easily.
I rolled a 5 on die, so I do not have a +13 or a +10 to my strength saving throw. So no, I did not. Jack Jr. could not succeed.
Fair enough.
That's only its first attack. It is
Huh.
going to attempt to gore Dratari. Attack roll 23, dealing 33 piercing damage.
All right.
What
Yeah.
the fuck is this thing's
Meets it
talent
beats it.
rating? Oh my god.
What was the damage on there?
33 piercing damage.
All right. Jatari's not looking great, but she's still standing, coughing up blood, but she's still standing. But yeah, because that was definitely a meets it beats it moment.
That is both of its attack actions. It moved 40 feet this round. It's going to use the rest of its movement to back up a bit more. And I think the both of you that are still in range for opportunity attack, Dratari and Esmeralda already used it this round.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um,
I was about to make the point. Yeah.
So, Lancelot is next on initiative. You just having him stay put?
Let's see, where is he? I'll move him over by Jack.
Okay. And Jack is up next. Kicks the dog.
No, Jack doesn't dislike the dog. Why would he dislike the dog?
reminds him of a werewolf.
No. Not at all.
You already killed one doggo today.
Yeah, right?
That was not a dog. Any more than
That
this
was a
is
man.
An actual...
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, it was a man. Who gives a shit about the man?
if the furries I know have taught me anything.
Anyways.
So, anyways, I vortex warp Lancelot next to the goat. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez.
Let's. Yeah. I guess we'll go the old go-to of shoot it and hope it dies. Eventually. Okay, 26 to hit for my first attack.
That hits.
And a nat 1 on the second attack.
I mean,
Which
you already know.
Yeah, I'm gonna hazard a guess. It's
Strangely enough.
weird. So that'll be 11 points of magical piercing damage. And I am going to command Jack Jr. to use his repair ability. And go ahead and heal himself for 2d8 plus 3.
Okay.
And he is gonna heal himself for 6. Because I rolled really well. And then Jack Jr. is going to do a little bit of a tactical retreat while staying near allies. And hoping for the best. And that is Jack Jr.'s turn.
Okay.
That's also the end of my turn.
Esmeralda is up next. Jesus, if my scroll wheel could stop doing that. Just gonna get up close and personal. She's going to multi-attack. 3 attacks, 2 with her rapier, and 1 with her. That's a hit for 12 piercing, and a miss, and a hit for 10 piercing. So 22. And with that, you are starting to see more than just single drops of blood littering the snow, and its white fur is starting to become soaked in places. You are definitely starting to pierce hide at this point. But that is Esmeralda's turn. It is Tegan's turn now.
How are the people looking? You know what? Never mind. Don't care. I'm gonna move up.
You've already established we don't give a shit about people, huh?
Well, it's more like my in-battle healing is just not action efficient if there's the potential to draw the battle to a close that much sooner.
I know, I was mostly teasing Jack there.
So
People suck. Enough said.
it is going to have to make a... What is my saving throw DC? DC 14 Dex save.
Where are my saves? DC what? Oh, that doesn't matter. That's a natural 2. Even with its plus dexterity. Yeah, fail.
So Tegan puts her staff behind her shield, then flicks it forward, and throws out a lightning bolt and deals 38 lightning damage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a really good damage roll.
With that hit, you see kind of some boulders kind of come off the cliff there. You really struck this thing hard, and there's a bit of smoke obscuring the goat at first, which clears after a moment. And it's looking singed, it's looking hurt, and it's looking like it might be considering running. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
All right. Up next is Manu.
Is anybody looking especially hurt?
I mean, out of 61 health points, I'm about at a 12.
I mean, for what it's worth, Jack Jr.'s at 7. Not that you give a shit about him.
Yeah, Jack Jr. doesn't matter. You can fix him. You can't use a hammer and a wrench and heal Dratari.
I mean, challenge. Actually, I can, seeing as a hammer and a wrench can be my spellcasting focus.
Well, anyway.
So try again, Manu. I can
Okay,
fix
well-
anyone with a hammer and a wrench.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me look at my spells real quick. All right. Thunderwave on Jack Jr. No. I will cast. I will cast Life Transference on Dratari.
Thank you.
You heal for 28 hit points.
Oh, good. Thank you very much on that one.
And
Yeah,
I take
like-
14 damage.
Ooh. Immediately, yeah, Jatari kind of like starts feeling a lot better, and then turns around, trying to give someone the thumbs up, and then he immediately starts feeling a little bit guilty about like Manu seemingly like I don't know what that would look like, but
Yeah,
like, maybe
I
you
take
roll to tell?
I take necrotic damage and you heal twice as much as I take. I rolled a 14.
No, either way, like still being able to tell, like, oh, thank you for every. Oh, okay. And it's like, thank you, but oh no, why did you hurt yourself for that?
It's
And then
the only way
I'll
he can feel alive.
actually I'll just come over here. This is part of my repentance. I'll move over there, and that's my turn.
Are you a worshiper?
Alright,
Don't you now?
After Manu is Dratari.
And feeling a little bit more reinvigorated, she scrambles up that last 5 feet, and then starts swinging at the goats.
Okay.
Once more.
Smite.
Honestly, I might just do that with an 18. The other one was a 2. The other one was a 2. The other one was a nat 18. So plus 6. So that would be like 24.
The first one hits.
Sweet. And actually, at Rick's recommendation, we'll do a little bit of a smite, shall we? And what is this? Branding smite? So that's a 2d6.
Why are you branding smite? Why don't you just regular smite? It does more damage. Branding
Anything more
smite's
damage?
branding smite's only useful in making it so it can't go invisible.
It's for flavor.
Don't.
It's for flavor. She is pissed.
I don't think the goat can go invisible anyway. I guess I
I mean,
don't know that for sure.
I mean, I do have regular smite. What is? It's been a hot second since I've actually used smite. To be honest.
The haunting screams of the human goat.
For a first level spell slot, it's 2d8. It's the spell slot level that you're burning on the smite plus 1.
Plus an additional one if the creature happens to be
A fiend or undead.
Invisible.
undead.
Oh, okay. I mean, I already rolled for Branding Smite, so let's just go with the flavor on that one at least. So it's still 9 plus. Let me just do one for the 1d8. Wow, okay. So 4 plus 9, that makes that 14.
Okay.
4 plus 9 is 13.
13. What did I say? 14? Or did I say? Yeah, either way, it's 13.
Okay.
No.
This thing's looking real hurt.
Good.
God, because it's kind of fucking us up. Kill it with fire.
Oh, we got Casimir and Eddie.
Was that Dratari's turn?
Oh. I don't think I have anything else in bonus actions left, right? I already gave myself the magic shield, as it were.
Did you do
And
both
my
of your
usual thing
attacks?
Yeah, that was for both attacks. The first attack was 2. Natural 2. So, yeah, I don't think I have anything for a bonus action, unfortunately, since I can't, shield dash the goat. So, yeah, I guess I just have to leave it there. Or, no. Or, no, yeah, never mind. Yeah, let's leave it there for now. For a moment there, I thought Lay on Hands might have been a bonus action, but it seems to be an action, so.
It
Yeah.
is indeed an action.
Casimir's going to continue skirting kind of like a wide berth around and is going to cast Fireball. And it's going to center it somewhere over like here, so it's not going to put Esmeralda or Dratari in range, only the...
It's awfully kind of him.
So
By
that
Barodian
is
standards,
86,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. That's like all my d6s I have right here. Oh, that's a lot of low.
Must have inadvertently cursed your dice.
24 fire damage. Still
Very
not
nice.
quite enough. That's going to conclude Casimir's turn, who is looking horrified that that didn't do it. The steeds are going to forward for a while.
And then, actually, I don't know if this is allowed or not, but could I, signal for Hoppity Clops to, come forward, actually, to Dratari?
Yeah. Right behind you or just closer?
Yeah, more or less just, yeah, right behind her.
Okay.
And actually, at that point, just for storytelling purposes, probably a case of, Dratari, turning around and go, no, just run with the others, but then, knowing that it might be needed, just kind of being there, kind of thing.
But top of round 3, it is Eddie's turn.
Come on, Eddie, take it out.
Alright, let's keep this simple. I'm gonna run up here. And then I'm gonna smack it.
Okay.
Or at least try to. Seven plus I don't. Yeah, 13. That's a miss. 9 is even more of a miss.
Oh no!
So that was both your attacks?
Yes, and that is
You have, yeah, I was just gonna say you have haste.
still
The other one.
hasted. Yes, okay. And that's one additional attack. Not an additional attack action, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I think that one might have hit
Think of
because
it like
it was
having
a
extra attack.
17.
17 total?
17 total.
Does not hit.
I think it's
This is 18.
18. Okay. Well, I did all I could do. Well, I did all I'm going to do, so I'll end my turn.
You're gonna hate this.
Uh-oh.
When a creature makes a melee weapon attack against Sangzor, Sangzor may then use its reaction to wrest the weapon out of the creature's hand. The creature must succeed on a DC 18 strength saving throw or lose their weapon to Sangzor's insatiable appetite.
Alright, good thing I switched weapon. Still like to not lose this one now.
What kind of save?
As a
Strength
10...
save.
Okay, so Eddie is within that 10 range for Jatari, so Eddie does get that +3.
Yeah,
Okay.
and with advantage.
I have advantage. I have plus. With that +3, I have +10. And if I really need to, I can use my last lucky.
I recommend it,
But
if need be.
I don't think I need it. I don't even think I need advantage. I'm good right now. And I did. That's a 26. Let's do it
This
again.
thing keeps trying to
Yeah,
nibble
26.
at you, but you keep managing to save your weapon. But yeah, after that, it is the layer action.
I'm gonna use a bonus action actually to. I'm gonna use Second Wind.
Okay.
That's just to restore a little health. Well, I'm not doing anything else with these bonus actions. All right, 6 health. But now I'm very done.
Okay. Let's see. Sangzor headbutts the mountain, causing an avalanche. Let me
Oh.
quick.
So you can shove the mountain.
Apparently Jatari can't, but
The mountain must be gargantuan size.
You could take this whole combat and fuck right on off. This is brutal.
Alright, what do we all do?
Can we counterspell the mountain?
Oh.
Now, you
One second.
guys are saying all these things, and yet I'm like waiting for an earthquake to knock Casimir off of the ledge he decided to stand right now.
He'll be fine.
I'm sure he has Featherfall. Freaking wizard.
I hope he has.
So wait, let me read this. I really should have memorized it.
Okay.
I should have learned this. Besides, just I was like, oh, I'll have it written down. Okay.
Manu should not forget that he has the spell fueling ring, by
What now?
the way. I gave you a spell
5,
fueling
10,
ring.
15, 20, 25. So
It lets you regain a spell slot of
Eddie,
3 or more.
Esmeralda, Ratari, Manu, have to make a DC 15 strength saving throw.
And at least for Esmeralda and
Easy game.
and Eddie and
strength, you
Poppy
said?
Clops, we all have +3 to whatever we roll. Just keep that in mind.
Alright, dirty 20.
was
So
weird.
that would be.
And a
One
plus
second,
10.
let me just double check.
You said a strength saving throw?
Yeah. DC 15 strength save.
DC
Total
15.
of
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, I hit 15. Oh, let me do it for Poppy Clops as well. What was yours? Okay, apparently Hoppy Clops got a fucking natural 20. Of course I now get a 20 with him.
Gotta protect fur baby.
Yeah. Well, not for baby, as it were.
Now
But
I'm
maybe-
picturing Hoppity Clops as having weird, creepy patches of like slimy fur. Disgusting monstrosity.
Because you're not wrong, that's why.
In before
So, yeah,
Tatari becomes a were frog.
On a 16 or higher, you take 25 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so it was 18.
Or
16.
sorry, 15 or higher. 14 or lower, it's 50 points. 51 points of bludgeoning damage.
I am unconscious.
What was the first one?
Yeah, the
Of
frog
damage?
is disappeared then.
25. Sheesh.
I don't know how to disappear the frog, but what was the total damage for half damage?
Half is 25. Full is 51.
Jeez. Yeah.
It's kind of tough.
And if all y'all have calculated that damage and factored it in, it is now Sangzor's turn, who is probably thankful to most of you going to disengage and start retreating.
Wait. At least
That's
three
not
of
what
us
I
could
want.
probably still do.
Disengage.
Do we want to swing?
Disengage.
It used its action to disengage.
Oh, disengage. Never mind.
Disengage.
And that is Sangzor's turn. Lancelot, I don't know if he's staying put or ask him to do anything.
Yes, he's staying there.
It is Jack's turn then.
Okay. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. I shoot it.
Has a 60-foot move speed through difficult terrain.
An 18 hits, right?
18 just hits.
Nice. Well, then I'm gonna assume the 23 hits.
Yeah.
So that's 10. That's 10 more damage, so that's... Oh, no, I'm an idiot. No, that's right. 10 plus 10. 20 damage.
Okay.
Was it really able to move 60 foot up the mountain?
Yeah.
It
Wait,
is a mountain
Jeez.
goat.
wait, how far away is it now? Where's my
Epic.
Might have to move.
The angle has to exceed 90 degrees for the mountain goat to consider it difficult terrain.
Okay, I actually have to move up too in order to attack it. So I'll go to here. And that should put me in range, assuming I can still see it.
Yeah.
disadvantage. Okay. You said I can still see it to attack it up there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then it
To warn
takes
you though,
20.
before you end your turn where you're at, that white bar is the avalanche moving.
Oh yeah, no. I know. I still have my bonus action, and my bonus action is my free Misty Step. From Fey Touched. So I am going to Misty Step. So it's literally I can Misty Step over here and not get hit by it, right?
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Then I'll do that, and then I'm going to command Jack Jr. to fuck Rhino off by... Well, I'm not commanding him, he's just moving. And then he is going to take the dodge action, because that's all he can really do without me using my bonus action to command him. And that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. That's you and Jack Jr.
Mm-hmm. Jack Jr. is
Esmeralda
dodging
is
currently.
up next. She is going to have to make a strength check. That's a success. So she's able to clamber herself out from the snow and still have her movement, but she's in the middle of the cliff, can't climb up, and only really has melee attacks right now, so it's going to kind of use her action to get out of range of the falling snow. It's her turn. It is Tegan's go now.
I'm trying to decide based on how fucked up I think the thing is, which action options I want to take.
Yeah, as well as, like, is it about just to run away kind of thing?
It's trying to retreat, and I don't want it to, but at the same time I want to get Manu up, but I can't do 2 leveled spells in the same turn. Even if even if I were to healing word Manu, I can't then use an actual spell. I would have to cantrip. And my cantrip isn't gonna.
What does the healer's kit take an action?
Yep.
Okay.
And plus, I would have to walk through the avalanche to get to you because the healer's kit is melee.
Oh, that's true.
You know what? Second verse, same as the first, although not quite, because last time I casted it 4th level, this time I'm just going to cast it as base 3rd level. 120-foot line of zap. DC 14 dex save.
Yeah, it succeeds.
Okay, so half damage on 33 is 16.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move down into the side so that I'm not in the way of the avalanche.
This thing is starting to bleed heavily. There's big splotches in the snow. It's trailing behind them. It's going to try to keep running. But
run from the hasted eddy.
Should you give chase, this very elusive creature should be easy to follow with the amount of blood trail it's leaving behind at this point. But if that concludes Tegan's turn, Manu is up next. Make a strength save or a strength check rather, to get out of the snow.
Oh, I'm unconscious.
Oh.
So I got to make a death save.
Have you considered
unless it does
up?
Unless it does damage to me.
It doesn't.
12.
12. That's a success. So yeah, hopefully somebody in your party can get on top of that soon. Dratari is up after Manu. Make a strength check.
All right. All right. That's a 9 plus. 1 second, just to make sure. 9 plus 7, so that it is 16.
That's a success. You're able to extract yourself. You emerge from kind of being in a temporary grave. You look around you. You see Eddie on the hill. You don't see Manu, who was right next to you, might still be buried by the snow. And you see a trail of blood leading up the cliff.
Does she at least still know generally where Manu is?
Yeah.
All right. In that case, she. Okay, I guess the question there is, especially with the deep snow, can she still reach like to right there?
Half speed.
So it's just 15 feet. Let me double check there. Yeah, her speed is 30 feet, so 15.
Yeah.
All right. She does scream, Manu, and then I don't think I have anything that is a longer whatchamacallit. She doesn't know like healing word or anything like that. Let me check it, but I don't think she knows anything that could help him at this time. Heroism, whole person, magic weapon, scream smite, yeah. Actually, hang on. Let me double check something before saying this out loud. Okay, 90 feet. How far away is Mr. Ghost?
From you, about 60 feet.
Alright, from where she is, she starts casting sleep at 2nd level. Hoping that enough has been done to the goat to just fall the fuck to sleep. In the words of Samuel L. Jackson.
And that's you rolling for amount of hit points it could affect?
Yes.
I don't remember
While
if
trying
that's like
to still
5d6 off the top of my head. I don't remember what sleep is.
5d6 for first level, but then I think it's an extra 2. Oh no, it's 8.
8d6.
Yeah, 5d8 for the first, and then 2d8 for the 2nd level. Give me a second because this might take a second because I don't think I have that many d8s on me. There we go. So yeah, she starts chanting in Celestial. But something in more celestial than that, and then does went out of realm. Okay. Sorry. Oh no, that's an 8. Sweet. Sorry, I'm still getting used to one of the dice here that I had for specifically a artificer. Let me just pull up a calculator just so that I can keep this going. Alright, so naming them out as I'm seeing them, that's a 7 plus 6 plus 6 plus 8 plus... Yeah, no, that will be 8. No, sorry, that will be 7 total, not 8 total.
Huh?
Because it would be 5
I
of the
think
first
he's
one,
counting
but...
total number of the dice
Yeah.
that he's rolled so far. That confused me too.
Yeah. I apologize. Yeah, no, it
No,
should
that's
be
fine.
a 7d8 because I'm rolling physical dice.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 8 plus 7 plus 8. 1. So that's 43 to try to cast it to sleep.
43. You cast your sleep spell. You see the energy kind of like skimming the walls of the cliff as it goes on up and skirts over and kind of gets into the lofty fur of this Sangzor, the Lord of the Mountain. It turns away from you. It looks back and as the spell connects and turns away from you and starts to take a few more steps, retreating. And then you hear a body crumpling unconscious into the snow.
Aha.
Sangzor is
All,
unconscious.
all of her focus is still on Manu, but yeah, it's still just that like trying to cast this bubble of sleep magic and then finally just hoping for the best. But all of her focus is still on Manu, trying to reach him. And sorry, end my turn back.
All right. That seems a good time to take a quick break if we want to come back at about 40 past the hour or 20 till the next hour. That's about 15 minutes from now, and we could wrap up a little bit of roleplay, what Eddie or anybody else wants to do before we call it a game. That sounds good?
I guess for just a quick little bit of roleplay, Jotari will still, if no one else does it beforehand, just lay on hands at least one health point. Just to at least make sure he doesn't die.
Right. But yeah, see y'all in like 15.
Yeah.
Works for me.
See y'all in a
When we
second.
get back, I'm taking that high. Unless we need to decide who takes the hide, but I think Stuntman Eddie is not like thinking about other people possibly wanting it at the moment. Stuntman Eddie is thinking, I want that hide.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hmm. Hanging in there.
Big mood.
Mm-hmm. Not really gonna be doing anything for Christmas, so. Because our plan was to have Christmas with my aunt and uncle. So. That's no longer possible.
It's a hell of a fight.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's the first time I've ran a creature that has layer actions.
Did Lasaga not?
No, I think she just had her hut. She didn't have layer actions.
I'm here. Say that for after doing all that. Let me just make sure that I have. There we go. So at least I have one last thing to find seed once more.
You have one last thing. What?
One last second level spell in order to summon seed once more.
Okay.
I'll save that till we're about to make camp, just to make sure that we don't need anything.
Alright, I'm back.
Yay.
Hi.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Ahoy, hoy.
All right. So I think before we went on a break, did Ratari hit Manu with some health?
Yeah, well, okay, Manu might have had to do one more saving throw for that, but regardless, Jatari would have been there next round to do a lay on hands at the very least.
Okay. So yeah, Dratari, you're able to pull Manu out of the snow. The rest of your party are kind of scattered about. The horses are pretty spooked further up. Your steed is gone. Did you say Jack Jr. is also toast?
What?
No, Jack Jr.'s
Okay.
alive.
Yeah.
So yeah,
His version of alive.
you all are still there. Some more hurt than others. I imagine Eddie is eager to go up and get that pelt.
And actually, right before
Very
He's
eager.
already up there.
before Eddie does do that, can I do like an I don't know what that would be, but an insight check?
Before Eddie does that, Eddie is hasted.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
No,
by the
that's fine.
time
Go
you
ahead.
turn around to look at where Manu is in the snow, you wouldn't be able to look back and stop Eddie.
no. This is entirely just like this is
You've got
for-
Manu, right?
It's like Looney Tunes. All you see it in the road. All you like an outline where Eddie used to be.
No, yeah, this is a case where like Eddie will do what Eddie will do, but Jatari is just more curious than anything else. If like, can't you do like something like an insight check to see like, sure, this thing was trying to kill us, but was this good intent trying to like rid us of the mountain? Like, was this a good creature or a bad creature in total?
You're trying to surmise that with an insight check from an unconscious creature?
Like, just the creature's action in general. Like, was it still good or bad in total?
I mean, it's hard to say. Like, wild animal will fucking attack you if you're in its domain. There seems to be some malice and maliciousness in this creature, and also it is of the land, and Strahd is the land, and fucking evil and all that. So yeah, it's hard to say.
Okay, fair enough. What can I say? At some point, I need to know where Chitari's guild complexion start and end.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. And
Exactly.
starts chopping it up.
Like, it's one of those things, she won't be able to stop Eddie regardless, but I just want to know how far Chitari's guilt level should increase or fall at this point.
I can't. I'm sorry, I can't tell you anything that's gonna relieve or exacerbate your guilt on this. You're just gonna have it's gonna have to be left up to
roleplay.
Yeah. Well, left up to
Big
your
goat.
imagination of. I feel like it's even worse to not know either way.
Big dead goat.
Yeah,
It appears to be a big dead goat.
All I can think of is the goats in Northern Ireland and Scotland, where they couldn't figure out why this endangered species of birds kept showing up with all of these wounds and like having their wings ripped off and whatnot else. And it really did look like a predator of some kind was just playing with them, dismembering them, and then not always eating them, just like savaging the prey animal and doing nothing else. They couldn't figure out what was doing it until they found out that it was the frickin' goat.
Okay. I was not expecting that from goats.
Goats are fucking bad. I don't know what to tell you.
I had a murder mystery in one of my campaigns where I made it. It was they came upon a pig farming village where it was 6 different people who all owned like industrial sized pig farms, all trying to figure out which of them was killing the pigs, and the answer was where pig.
Anyways.
My brain had pig farming village, just like a bunch of like anthropomorphic pigs just hanging out and farming together. and then one of them just kills another one and has a bacon dinner, and that's the murder mystery. Who ate the
Don't
bacon?
worry about it. I mean,
Like if Animal Farm was a commune instead of an allegory for communism.
Communism. But anyways. So yeah, Jatari gets Manu up regardless at this point.
How many hit points?
You know what? Tip for tat, right? Unless if someone says otherwise, do we want to do 24?
Do 23, so you got 2 1s left.
The first thing you see is Jack Jr. standing over you with a hammer.
What is my...
So 23?
No, let's just do 24.
So
like I
what
said, you
is...
healed me for 24, I heal for you for 24. That feels in character for Jutari. It's like
split the diff. Do 23.5.
Well, I
Yeah, just,
will
oh yeah.
healing kit each of you once, and also do the same for Eddie. So this
Thank you,
first
Tegan.
one, this first one will be Mano, Jutari, Eddie.
And at this point, like looking over to the goat, she might not feel great about the fact of like, oh, killing a sleeping creature, but at this point, like, she's not gonna do anything about it. Especially how much damage that goat just did to the whole crew.
I'm also mending Jack Jr. BT dubs.
In a trance, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just blinked and he's fully healed. Jack Jr. has amazing regeneration abilities.
Sweet. Well, Jack is a little bit subdued. Okay, I don't know the best way to ask this, but can you do like an insight check to like look upon him while he's like
Jack is
not
bad.
exactly all
Jack is
through at it?
bad. Don't need insight.
Like, can I at least tell the fact that he is just not fully aware of what he is doing while he's dealing with Jack? Jack Jr., I mean.
What do you mean?
At the very least, can I use an insight check to like tell that Jack is like weirded out when he's working on Jack Jr.?
Oh yeah, sure.
To notice the fused state disassociation.
Yeah. All right. Let me. Oh no, I went one back too much. Damn it, where's Utari?
I really want this to be a natural one.
Line up one at least.
Everything's perfectly normal. Move along.
No. What? Why did I find my Jutari variant, not Jutari? Where the hell's my Jutari? What the fuck? One sec. There you are. Alright. Inside, there you are. Okay, yeah, that's still a 10.
I mean, I guess that depends on Jack. Do you want this to maintain like not a thing that people could roleplay with and want to roll to keep that secrecy, or do you not care?
Dude, he's like blacked out. He is not consciously doing anything.
I guess I'm asking
He's-
Rick what your preference is. Are you
I don't
trying
care.
to?
In my humble opinion, I think a 10 is a perfectly adequate roll to see that this drooling stare.
I do too. I was just seeing if you wanted to push back against that and see if you could make some sort of roll to mask it better, or yeah, I think a 10
Okay.
10 you could pick that sort of stuff up.
I'd say even a 5 would be good enough, to be honest.
Well, it's good, especially considering that a roll is 7 to begin with. But regardless, all right. So, what does Eddie do?
What does Eddie do?
I mean, he has first dibs on
All
Mr. Goatman.
Eddie uses haste to guarantee. And I think like while all this healing is happening, Eddie's like yelling over his shoulder like, "No one minds if I grab it, right?" Like, hey, just let me know if you want it. Okay, I guess I'll get it.
Yeah, you called.
Has
You
already
called
started
dibs
cutting
when
the
we
hide
heard about it.
Yeah,
Twist
exactly.
my arm, why don't you?
So I would. Eddie knows a little something, skin and bones, and he's gonna use that knowledge from a past life. Not actually, but
TM.
yeah, he's.
Exactly.
I use it. If there was an ability check for chopping up for butchery, then I would be using knowledge from. But I would like to run up and with the very sword it tried to eat, I would like to butcher the goat. I'd like to take its hide and its horns.
Okay, I'd like to say your choice between survival or dexterity.
I could help you with the skinning. I've got good survival.
I don't believe Bless will help, to be honest, but yeah, if it does help, I'll apply that as well, but I don't think it does.
No, but the help action would give advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, if Eddie does wait long enough,
help me. I actually can. If we're making a skill check for it, I can actually use knowledge from a past life and add a d6 to the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you wait long enough, Jotari will get up there and basically, like, both swords in hand, they look at each other, like, with a knowing look and start whacking into the thing.
All right. I'll wait then. I'll wait. I think I kind of got started with like whatever the easy is and realized like, oh, this goat is huge. So like, before I even get very far along, Jotari and Manu they're up there with me.
Like, if we're not actually hacking ourselves, we can still pull it apart enough for you to give a better like space for you to hack away.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, Jotari, can you grab that leg? Manu, can you grab the same leg? Because it's like 800 pounds of leg.
Yeah. Ein Moment. Ein Moment,
well,
bitte.
So, with advantage, I'll do the dex then.
Okay.
Thank God for advantage, because that was a 1.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. 14.
Okay.
That's with knowledge from a past.
Okay, I'd say with that, you're definitely able to get the hide and horns. It doesn't come off in one clean piece, kind of like you'd like it to, and you make a huge mess in the process. And now that it's off, you're not sure if there's steps in between what you have and what you could actually wear. You don't know about tanning or braining or any of those sorts of things.
That's okay. I still want to find the barbarians who will treat me as a god for how big and strong I am and how much goat skin I bring them. I also correct me if I'm wrong, but just given the size of it, I feel like even in multiple pieces, that
you
hide
can
is
make
big
a
enough
Vistani tent out of this thing.
Yes, yes. I can definitely make like Stuntman Eddie winter apparel. Well, I can't, but I have the material.
But with a natural 20, you would have got the whole face and top of the skull off in one piece to have a nice, like basically a Red Riding Hood cloak, but with a goat face on it.
If I hadn't used up that last lucky roll to keep my trident.
Right.
That's all right. Okay. So we got big horn, big hide. Anyone else want anything from
me?
Gargantuan carcass?
That's a lot of
I
good
guess
meat.
just giant.
It's a lot of good meat.
Yeah, we can make jerky out of that.
That's some lean, good meat.
At the very least, Jotari will carry it. She'll probably still eat it, but yeah, she kind of looks around and reads her own fact that, like, okay, fine. just pack it all into her bag and just like carry it out
I mean,
to cure later.
we didn't start the fight, but
Yeah,
I'm not going to complain
I'll
about
pack up
dinner.
a big old hunk of meat too.
Not going to complain about no goat stew.
I feel like if we bring the barbarians a giant meat, they'll probably like that.
I start to put it in the same.
Just keep a couple 100 pounds for ourselves too, though.
Yeah.
I start to put some in one of my pouches, and then I realize that that's the pouch that I have the Strahd golem, baby golem in. It's like, I don't want to mix my food with that.
I completely forgot about that disgusting
Did you?
bit of inventory. Yes, I did. Absolutely foul.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of foul, I'm definitely creating a little collection of my own of oh man, what are I've got the ingredients for a hefty homunculus in my pack right now. I've got Babalosaga's head with bat wings attached to it, Avenged 7 style. I've got oh no, these are just made of wood. I've got the carved wooden dragon head and dragon wood. Okay, I don't have that much crazy shit.
I mean, regardless,
Those horns would make pretty sick handlebars, to be honest.
No, that's why. Oh yeah. That's
Actually,
why I wanted them for. I specifically wanted them for the motorcycle.
If it was a goat-sized goat, that would be perfect. This size goat, you couldn't get your hand around a horn. They're huge.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's my future tailpipe, I think.
There's the exhaust system, but there's also this thing is huge. You couldn't get your hand around it. I mean, how big would Eddie's hands be though? He's a bugbear skeleton thing with the long limbs and powerful build and.
Yeah, his hands are definitely big, but I see what Agatha's saying. Like, I'm picturing that whole
you'd have to be using
probably
the
18
tips.
inches wide.
Yeah, you'd basically be having to use the tips if you want them to be something you could grip onto. Once it gets much further, because these are, I said on a natural 20 I would have let you use that thing as a face mask because I immediately forgot. Oh yeah, this thing is not the size of a regular goat. So yeah, that wouldn't work. But yeah, if
the face is an entire cloak.
The horns, if they they curl, but if you're just measuring a straight line, it's 10 feet. Kind of like the area that it occupies. If you measure the curve, it's probably more like 15 or 12 or something. It's a lot of horn, and yeah, towards the base where it came out of the skull, it's like that. It's huge.
Wait, are we at a campsite now or no?
You're just on the trail.
Okay, I'll wait for this comment later then.
Well, I think I'll still. I don't know if I'll be able to use the horns myself, but I think I'd like to give the horns to the barbarians. So I'll kind of drag them for now.
Okay.
I don't know if I can really pack them up. They just are probably too big for that. But
I mean, if Eddie
I think I could drag them.
I mean, let's put it this way: if Eddie seems to be dragging things, Drakari will immediately just come up and not even necessarily responding. Basically, just take whatever is dragging and then put it on top of her pack as well. As much as she could, even though I'm pretty sure Eddie probably has a higher strength stat than she does.
Okay, an elephant's tusk weighs about 100 Up to. So let's say about 150 pounds for like a full slap one. I'm guessing this horn is probably like 4 times that.
Let's put it this way.
Maybe
Wait,
not
Dr.
in
Turtle-
mass. In size, yeah, but in mass,
Okay.
maybe about the same.
Okay. Hey, that's not too bad then. Yeah, I'll take the help, Jatari. I now that the heat of battle and the excitement of getting this hide is over, I'm a little nervous that the barbarians might not love that we killed the goat. A lot of times people they think they want something until it happens. And I think that bringing gifts of meat and horn and not just taking it all for ourselves probably get us quite a long way in their good graces.
And honestly,
And
at
if
this point,
not, then we drop them as a distraction and run.
I mean, being in their good graces in and of itself would probably just be for the sake of a distraction, since the berserkers who revere this are the same ones who we had to fight against to stop the ritual at Yesterhill, which means that they're the same people that revered Lasaga. Or connected tribe, at least.
Mhm.
That said, Agatha.
Hmm.
Lesser restoration, one of the things that it can cure is deafened. Would you allow lesser restoration to make my ears stop ringing? After
Yeah.
that goat screech?
Yeah, instead of waiting for a long rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lesser restoration myself just to make that not be a horrid tinnitus in the ear.
Mm-hmm.
And just to make sure, we're just more or less hiking at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, more or less we're just having a conversation. I imagine you are hiking unless somebody chimes in and says, "Oh, I want to do something with the goat," or "I want to do something before we like move on." Then switch around the canon of the order of things were actually said. But yeah, I imagine you're hiking on if because that is where you're going, or if somebody remembers that they wanted to do something that they had to do before you started hiking, then just say so.
I guess, just for a quick little moment here, and I'm guessing this is also very assumptuous of me because, well, turtle and all that, but I'm guessing that Manu might not be the fastest of the crew, right?
Yeah, you are being presumptuous.
More or less, the idea is the fact that, like, especially with Chitara being weighed down by a lot of goat meat, don't read too much into that. She's basically kind of like falling behind and now finally catching up with Manu, and just for like a little moment, just like, so how are you doing? Yeah, Manu.
Is Steven here? The camera is pointed down.
He typed in BRB.
All right. Okay, I didn't see that. We can do this moment in canon later. We can skip past this for a moment then.
But yeah,
We can,
Manu has the mobility feat, so Manu's move speed is 40.
Yeah.
So
I
Manu
think
is
everybody else is
amongst
30.
the faster of us.
There he is.
Of course. Oh, there you are. Can you hear us now, Manu?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sweet. It's a long story short. During the hike, to the Amber Temple, Jahari asks Manu, "So how are you doing there?"
I'm doing okay. I just got buried in some snow and hit by a rock.
And she kind of looks at you, going, kind of with the intentional glance, like, "I don't mean just what happened recently. We kind of just went through a lot, especially for, well, as you kind of admitted in the last, I don't want to say episode, but it's just, like implying from your little story from last time, like, that you went through a lot, especially for your own faith. Are you feeling better now?"
Yeah, I mean, I feel okay.
It's okay?
It's alright.
Yeah, it's alright, man.
It's alright.
She still gives a little smile on that and then just continues on then. It's like, okay, glad you're feeling better. And then just continues the hike on. Well, probably a little bit with, despite like Jatari and Eddie having the same amount of meat from the goat, still like she's having a little bit of a harder time between the two. And then continues on.
Jack's out of his trance now.
So you're back with us then.
Huh?
In the night.
How much? How long is the hike?
Strangest look.
Sorry, what was that? Steve?
I was just wondering how long the hike is.
I think Esmeralda shrugs and looks at Casimir, and Casimir says, "I don't rightly know from experience or for certain, but should be might a ways. Solenka Pass is about the 1/3 way mark."
Well, I do hope the rest of the way isn't as eventful as the first third.
Well, we just got rid of a goat, so that means something at least, right?
Well, the goat seemed like the least of our problems, even though the goat beat us up a lot. I mean, that was pretty straightforward. Run it, goat, hit, goat. There's also the giant bird and the flaming gate and the dead
Party
werewolf.
conflict.
Don't worry, the party
And
conflict
yeah,
will come later.
the party's little disagreement in that little tower.
I mean, this will be backtracking a little bit, but assuming this happens later or earlier, I would like to have Nori say something to the effect of, "That's right, the discussion will continue later while Jack is still, like, it, not all with it, as it were."
I'm with it. What do you mean?
Don't worry, Jack, we'll have a discussion later.
What are we going to discuss?
Many things. Many things.
I assume you're going to apologize for trying to keep a monstrosity alive. If that is the case, I accept your apology right now. There's nothing to discuss later.
You basically will see the whitest that her eyes will have been at that point and go, "Sure, right." And then, yeah, just continue on. Kind of obfuscating the whole discussion for the moment.
Dratari asked if Manu had a crisis, like a crisis of faith.
Well,
Is that what you were asking?
was that as much as it was the fact that like, hey, you were undergoing a lot of like things that were making you evil for a little bit, but then you got better. So how are you feeling now?
I got better.
Yeah, I was evil, but now I'm better.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was the long and short of it. Just like that whole thing, like kind of opening up for you to do a little bit of roleplay if you wanted to.
Yeah, well, I mean, being here hasn't really been the greatest thing. Like it's just kind of one thing after another, uh, and I didn't really confide in any of my friends. I just kind of kept everything to myself. Like, oh, that's a thing. I'll just deal with it. And then there was another thing. And it was like, oh, I'll just deal with it. And then we all kind of died. And then I was like, oh, I'll just deal with it.
And at that point, Jarius is just kind of like allowing people to be an open book if they want to, more or less.
Yeah, and like we've met some not so great people here, and that mirror was just kind of an opportunity to be like, oh hey, uh, it might mess me up, but I can fix things a little bit, and then it messed me up, and then uh, yeah, this is not really like good. I mean, sometimes I still kind of wish we had the mirror, but but you know, this yeah, it's probably a good thing that it broke.
Do you accept contracts on goats, Mr. Magic Mirror?
I mean, at that point, I don't like. I'd like to imagine Jatari's a little bit ahead of you and going, "Oh, sure, I totally understand that. That is certainly something in my capability to understand what you are trying to say is true." Like completely placid in the terms of like what she's actually saying out loud. Well, like completely inside, like, no, yeah, she is totally like, no, that thing is better dead.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of like ridiculousness and bad, like just all around. There's just weird things. Like you worship a frog, and I'm a turtle, and Jack and Eddie's dead.
Wait, what do you mean? Jack is still alive?
No, I
Jack
think
died, right?
just the word Jack. And then he moved on to
Oh,
Eddie's
shoot.
bed.
Okay, I think I'm.
This person's this, that person's that. Jack, Eddie's dead. Like, that's how I read that sentence.
That's like when Hurricane Ned on The Simpsons, and he goes around screaming at every single person in the town except for Homer, and he just whispers to Homer, "And you are the worst person I have ever met." And Homer's like, "I got off easy." No.
Behold the might of my indifference.
Your secret is safe with my indifference.
Yep.
Gotta be one of Talison's best lines.
So yeah, that's. Okay.
As you continue to climb, it's beginning to get colder and colder. And pretty soon, if you keep going on, you will require cold weather clothes, which I believe everybody has made sure to have before even heading up this way. Which in game it's been like 2 days, but out of game I think it's been like a decade.
Mhm.
I have 120 bolts of thick goat hide.
But yes, Esmeralda stole us cold weather clothing when she stole the horses.
What's the grams per square meter on that goat hide?
I don't know.
Please don't try to. I wouldn't know what to do with that number even if.
Should call the Mardikovs. That the meat will probably feed the blue water in for like a year.
Hello?
Hello. Okay, we are ascending the mountain, my friend. It's cold. Hello.
Buffering. I think Jatari's thing crashed when turning on the camera again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are basically wrapped up, except for you're gonna reach a point where you're gonna need to long rest, and on the next day you will be able to reach the Amber Temple.
All
It's
right.
mostly just wanting to wrap up post the fight for what you were doing with the remains, because Eddie to have the pelt at least, and for some a little bit of just to kind of narrate that y'all are getting up the mountain. But yeah, Esmeralda and Casimir kind of just being quiet, marching on. Esmeralda looks pretty normal. Anybody making the insight check to do so? I mean, you don't actually have to roll the dice. If you're paying attention, there is a off look about Casimir, but an understandable one based on, what you kind of know about his history with his sister and kind of the reasons he's trying to go to the Amber Temple. But yeah, that's kind of the mood as you all are post very intense fight. Again, I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've ran a creature that's used layer actions. And you're continuing your way up the mountain. And it's a long climb. It's getting colder the higher you go. And it's getting slower the further you continue. So yeah, it starts to get dusk, and you start looking around for kind of a little pocket of a clearing that has ideal visibility and coverage. But yeah, well done. You have slain the Lord of the Mountain, Sangzor, the Bloodhorn.
Oh!
Easy.
Also, did I miss anything? in that whole, me being AFK for a second?
Mostly that you needed to bust out cold weather gear because you're getting higher and it's getting colder. I think that's
Okay.
the only thing you missed while you were not on cam. I'm
Yeah, in
probably
that case,
wrong,
it's just
but this'll go up. If I'm good about it in less than a week, if I'm bad about it like a whole last month, like last time.
say Livy. Yeah,
Mm.
basically Jatari still busts out the cold weather gear and feels kind of more at home now that it's at this kind of temperature, even though it might not be comfortable for her.
Mhm.
But did we already do survival checks for finding that little alcove? Or no?
No, I mean, you're gonna find something that is right off the road, hopefully, and hopefully you're high enough up. Unless somebody wants to counter argue against that with me and say, no, we want to go further off the road to mitigate any sort of whatever. But without making any sort of check, you find a place that seems suitable enough.
Oh no, Steven, you were just white
It's
bars
Steven.
for a while.
Not for me. Oh,
Mm-mm.
the
You're
other
gonna win.
Steven with
The technology issues.
Yep. But yeah, I have no qualms with just finding the alcove.
Yeah, that's
Just
fine.
calling it a day here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we'll be able to play again
It,
soon. Probably after the holiday.
just
Oh.
to again uh manage expectations. I still have like a lot of shit to handle after moving. I feel like there's
Sure.
some things I need to accomplish before I even start to ask when y'all feel like running the next episode, which might
No
be more
worries.
than a couple months, which, especially with a holiday happening right now, it's kind of really hard to get a lot of these phone calling things done.
I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, okay, I don't know if this is going to take a long time or not. Do we want to just get the obvious Jack and Dratari scene out of the way right now? That's about to happen? For just like stopping to camp right now?
Entirely up to you guys.
I mean, y'all can. I feel like it's mostly up to the two of y'all if you feel up to doing that role play right now, and then I'm down to hang on for that for a little bit if the other three players are.
Yeah.
I'm up to doing it if Richard is.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like no objections.
So at that point, I'm kind of assuming that we just kind of find a quick alcove.
Yeah,
I'm
just
assuming
kind
at that
of
point, Dratari.
there's like a little amphitheater shaped in the hill, kind of just like a semicircle that's naturally has a little bit of sight coverage if somebody's coming down or up. You could probably hear them a long time before they get close enough to get a good angle to look at you.
Okay. And immediately before anyone like does the whole ask of, okay, who wants to do night watch and etc., Dratari then immediately volunteers Jack and Dratari into doing the first into doing first shift before he even like says, "Oh yeah, I'm up to do first shift." Like, no, she wants to get this out of the way before anything happens, kind of thing. And she's still a little bit like, even on her walking up, she is still stock still compared to how she usually is, compared to her usually bubbly self.
Jack is gonna lean over to Jack Jr. Does she seem nervous to you? Mm-hmm.
And I'm ever nervous.
Well, shall we address the white elephant in the room?
I guess this is a better time than anything else. Actually, 1 second in real life because I have the music a little bit too loud. There we go. And I imagine like the first shift goes for probably uncomfortably long in terms of like the first little bit of it. Like if she's with anyone else, she's either sitting cross-legged or what's it called in judo where you're like sitting on your shins for a little bit, like that kind of sitting.
Mm-hmm.
But then when she's with Jack, she's actually like full upright. She has her hand on her sword, like ready for anything kind of look. Looking around. Almost like waiting for Jack to start the conversation. That we all know is about to happen.
Well, I will say it is a bit uncalled for, your wariness around me, considering how many opportunities I would have had to dispose of you in your sleep. Why would I do so now?
Supposed
You're
to be.
welcome to relax and take your hand off your sword. I'm not going to bite, probably.
Actually, for a bit of conveyance on that one, she's not looking at Jack at that one when like having a sword on hand. She's like looking out to the rest of the place, kind of in reference to last time of saying that she wasn't like prepared enough for the goat that was obviously there.
Mm.
But at that point, from that note, she probably is just like, all right, fair enough. We did dispose of goat.
Besides
She's still
that,
standing up though, upright.
Jack Jr. Jack over here is an excellent sentry. I've never seen him blink, so I doubt he will miss anything.
She kind of lets that sit for a second, just think, like, says softly, well, hopefully this time.
And Jack Jr. is kind of like crouched, like standing on a rock, so he's like eye level with you, staring into your face. As Jack says he doesn't blink. Like Jack Jr. has to prove that he never blinks or something.
Actually, that she will turn to Jack Jr. and give him a bit of a smile back, like a genuine smile back.
You get a screech
And-
before Jack Jr. wanders off to continue keeping watch.
And at that point, she will kind of give a deep sigh, like a deep breath in, and then maybe an unintentional sigh out, and just in the most even-keeled way that she could try to ask this of, so what exactly was that about back there?
I can only assume you are referring the disposal of the disgusting monstrosity that we found, yes?
She's kind of almost stock-stilled in the response that she's trying to say, but like a curt yes, like nod of the head kind of yes.
What
Like she was
more do you
trying
have
to
say?
hold her tongue while saying it.
I was disposing of an abomination. That is all there is to it.
There's more behind that, and I prefer to understand why. If it isn't so much to ask you, if that's alright.
Well, if you ask your questions, I will answer them. Whether you like the answers or not, that is not my problem. But the answers I give will be the truth, and you can trust me on that. So ask. What question do you have for me?
is the issue itself, and actually she does have like a look back and forth on that one. Well, she's about to ask monstrosities or specifically werewolves. And she like looks super tense while asking this.
If you are asking if I have a problem with other were creatures, for the most part, no, I do not. But I have not had as many run-ins with other were-beasts, so I cannot say I would not react the same upon meeting them.
At that, I think she does seem to let her guard down a little bit. The fact that that he didn't say specifically against monstrosities at least makes it a little bit easier for her. And then you can kind of tell just by body language, like, okay, she's a little bit more relaxed. So, werewolves specifically? I mean, it's not like they're from here, at least. I know that you've been here for a little while, but it's not like they're from back home that much. Wait, how long have you been here, anyways? And wait.
Agatha, can you remind me how long exactly Jack's been here? It's been
longer than them, but by only like a few months.
Close to a year, I think. Or am I getting that wrong?
I feel like you were there for like 3 to 6 months before the party arrived.
Right.
And then
so I think
it was another like 15 or 20 days before you met them.
Okay, so it's been approximately half a year or so.
So at that point, I think Jatari would have something to the fact of saying like, okay, so you've had a run-in with werewolves like what, 3 months in since before you met us?
No, this was the first werewolf that I've seen since I arrived in these lands.
You'll like see the error 444 not found image on her eyes. Like, wait. What do you? Are you from Queen's Coast?
What on earth is a Queen's Coast?
I think at that point, like, a little synapse in hits, like, she basically stops talking immediately and just, like, starts looking you, like, this kind of, hand formation in front of her face. Where are you from? I don't think some places connect between here.
Give me just a moment.
Like that moment of finally realizing that weird shit's going on further than she can comprehend, so she asks. And the only reason why she even asked that is because Romax her, but don't worry about that for right now.
Oh my goodness. Give me a minute. I have to find this.
Oh, actually, while you're still finding it, you can see her eyes go even wider and going. Like you can see the synapse in her brains, like connecting things. Like it's very coming from very, very hot.
I think I was under the impression that Jack was from Queen Coast, but I think that might not be the case.
No,
Probably not,
he
but
was from I want to say it's an Eberron one.
I think I made a comment in chat the other day saying, like, one of your
No
party
worries.
members would beg to disagree, if believing that Jack was from there, but I was mistaken. But that the statement otherwise still holds true, that, like, for the most part, there aren't werewolves where you're from, but it's kind of like a bell
Yeah.
curve of, like, very superstitious people believe in werewolves, and very, like,
But yeah,
these scholarly people know of the existence and, like, whatever, but kind of the middle average doesn't think they're a real creature, or if they were a real creature, it's not something that currently or ever existed where you're from. Is
But,
kind of the general consensus.
yeah, no, he's from Eberron.
Okay.
So
Why do I imagine he's from Breland?
not quite. Well, I guess you'll just have to ask, won't you?
My character wouldn't know to ask.
Yeah, at that point,
But
she's kind of
yeah,
confused.
he's just gonna straight up say. He's just gonna tell you, no, I do not know what a Queen's Coast is. That does not sound familiar to me.
So, like, at first she is confused by the answer, but then, like, eyes open wide, saying, so, like, so, wait. Like, wait, where are you from? Are you from somewhere that's, like, super hot, super, like, in a way trying to describe avarice, but without actually saying avarice? Avernus, I should say.
Oh, Avernus.
Avernus, there you go. Like, she wouldn't understand it herself, but she describes it as such. Like, yeah. Anyways.
I am from the edge of the Nightwood. A proud soldier of the Dakani Empire.
Okay. Oh. And you can see a little bit of, like, immediate excitement, like, now going to Crestfallen, like, okay, so this isn't something that, like, back in the back of the mind, like, recognizes, because, like, at that point, that is going so far that she doesn't actually remember the names or anything, but, yeah. Just that mode, like, oh, okay, so this isn't what I think it is, so... And a little bit on that was like, oh, okay, it's not what I thought it was, but at that point, and then just turns like, so...
Forest.
How
It's
dare.
the Shimmerwood Forest, excuse me.
Okay, you had me really worried there for a
my
moment.
But at that point, it still tries to pick herself.
It's not Breland though. It's Zalargo, which is next door to Breland,
But I like
close enough.
Being next door to Breland, especially with the accent, makes way too much sense. Whereas being from the Nightwood, and it's like, wait, you're from Karnath? Kill it with fire.
wrong area. Don't mind me.
I mean, at that point, yeah, she's still a little bit disappointed, but then kind of like turns out and goes like, so werewolves were in your area, and so they weren't just a story to you.
A story?
Yes.
Heavens, no. Those bastards snatch children and eat them from our villages. And they flee to the depths of the woods.
So, wait, with the other time, it's all of this kind of like indicating around her at that point is still true in where you're from?
Of course. I mean, is it not where you are from?
Not at all.
Granted, the Dakani Empire is a mighty empire, but there is less protection in the villages. So I would go and hunt down threats to the villages as an auto idea.
And actually, at that you do see a little bit of a smile come on her face and say something in Infernal that I don't think you quite catch. But if you have any like inclination on that, it probably would sound something like Fish Hunter, as it were.
As a what hunter?
Fish Hunter, something that would more relating to her backstory than anything else. But like, it's not supposed to be a bad term. It's supposed to be like oh okay, blank, like she's relating to back home kind of thing. If you were to understand it at all,
Yeah.
like it's like a term of endearment than anything else. If you were to grapple that one, but it's like then she turns to back and say, "So you were a werewolf hunter that was more well," and she has to think on this a little bit. It's like, so more monstrous then.
Well, it wasn't just werewolves that I would hunt. There were many threats to our villages. It
Villages?
was. I was a protector, a soldier.
Ah. A religious hunter, and then at that point she kind of does go a little bit trying to crestfallen, like a paladin.
A paladin? Ugh, heavens no. I create. I tinker. I mean, you've seen my creations. I would help outfit our army, and I would fight creation, just like any other engineer would.
Well, along with your brother, kind of indicating to Junior.
That one I am not so clear on. He starts drooling again.
Can I get any insight from Jack Jr.'s like screechings that's probably happening at that point?
You're welcome to fucking try.
Okay, that's a fucking like not 2, so that's like a 5 in total. Jesus.
I would say with a net 2, you are pretty sure Jack Jr. has to poop.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean that
You were
they
wondering
can go.
where
Let's
those
go down.
piles of cogs were coming from.
There's always downwind here. You're fine. Just go downwind. And actually, at that point, while thinking of Jack Jr. on that
what are we talking about?
you're. She tries to think on the best terminology for Jack Jr. That one, like brother, other self, etc. Just like, actually no, she will just go with Jack Jr. on that one. It's like, it's just Jack Jr. in general, I suppose.
Jack
Like-
Jr. is just Jack. I am Jack, he is Jack. What is unclear, Betty?
Nothing much. Just, I suppose the only thing that I'm concerned about is, like, it's the last time. Why you beat yourself up so much?
I'm sorry, what?
I kind of referring to the last time where you literally beat yourself up. You two were in a fist fight that Jatari had to break up.
Ah. Well, you see, it is apparent to me I am the real Jack, but Jack over there, he is so certain that he is the real Jack. And sometimes, just got to smack a little sense into him, yes?
I suppose, but then
You hear
what exactly
screeching
is
off
real?
to the side. You shut up! I am the real one!
But I suppose I'm a little bit confused of why you hurt yourself so much over it. What does it matter to be real?
What does it matter to be real?
As long as both of you feel real. Does it matter which of you believe to be real?
I don't understand this question.
At that point,
What
she
it
kind of
matters
like
to be real. I mean, Jack is free to exist, but he just needs to acknowledge that I am, how you say, the Alpha Jack, I suppose.
Oh, so it's saying that even the original writers admitted to be wrong. Yes. I don't know how Jatari knows this, but she still will make that joke. I have no idea how she'll know this, but she'll still make that joke. But actually, no, she'll re-say that to say something like, to the effect of, exactly what does it need to be alpha in this regard?
Exactly what? Sorry, the accent made it hard to understand.
No worries. Something to the effect of like, what does it mean? Like, do you just need to be in charge then for you to feel good, or just like, why do you need to be alpha, kind of thing?
I do not understand the nature of this question. Again, I mean, there are two of us. One has to be in charge of the other. Yes?
Not necessarily. You two can be your own two selves.
I think.
Or actually, even better
think
yet,
the problem
a
here
part of the
is
greater
a
whole.
cultural difference. Yes?
Yeah, quite possibly. Essentially, especially since we're coming from very two different realms by the sound of it. And she kind of gives a little bit of a kind of smile on that one. And actually, on that one, she kind of does do a little bit of elaboration, like, especially since looking a little bit crestfallen again, just like, where I'm from, they're more a part of the whole. No one is necessarily greater than another. You try to get together to do one great thing.
That sounds similar to my experience. I mean, the Dakani Empire spread far and wide, and it certainly wasn't the result of an individual's action. I mean, look at us. I am 2.5 feet tall.
With both of you together,
I'm
you are
not
5 feet tall.
conquering anything alone. Yes, but with 10,000 of us, we can conquer the world. Yes.
And with 11 feet between us, we will conquer the universe. Or I guess multi-universe, whatever that may be called.
But have I assuaged whatever worries you had?
She does have a little bit of a moment of like, we're better off than where we were. I will admit that.
I am.
Like at that point, you probably can't even see her like face at that point. Like if this was a movie, her face would be away from the camera. I'm at least glad that it's only werewolves, I should say.
I mean, none of the other creatures, at least to my knowledge, have stolen away children in the night, particularly with as much frequency as the werewolves.
that point, I think you could probably barely audibly hear. It's not the idea of creatures; it's the idea of monsters. Monsters. And like monsters, you can almost read as in an air quote, as it were.
Jatari, when I say the word monsters, it is. There are many kinds of monsters. I use it in a term as. Rather than taking a physical form, it is more about the actions therein.
You can hear an audible pause in the conversation on that one, and very like almost the softest that Jatari's probably heard. Something to the effect of, "I wish that was the normal definition of monsters," and kind of left it there.
I mean, look at me, I am a goblin. We would be considered monsters by many. And to be fair, we are. Goblins, other goblins frequently raid villages, snatch away goods, animals, any meat they can find, but that is more a result of their actions making them monsters and not the fact that they are goblins, yes? There are human monsters, goblin monsters.
And then
Werewolves
she
are
kind of almost,
monsters.
and you can tell the fact that she starts looking at her hands. I don't recall if Jack actually saw that scene as well of her, without the gloves on.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically just like brings it back down, almost like crossing her hands under her, like around her sternum, as it were. Just kind of still thinking about it, like, and then some that just assume more so than, just assume at first glance, and might be true as well, and just kind of tries to leave it at that, and without going into further detail. And
Well,
actually, yeah.
On that note, unless Dratari has more specific questions for him, he will likely just kind of
Actually,
he will likely just kind of go off on his own. It's there's a lot more to the backstory, especially given how the Decania Empire actually is. But
yeah.
if you don't ask anything about it, he's not gonna share.
I mean, I think that's at least a good start for her. Like, she's very much like on the surface level. Like, I think a lot of her concern was more about the fact of like, was he about to kill her as well for being a monster in her own eyes? At least like getting that bit out of the way first. At least feeling better about that in the first case.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think more questions of that will come later. But at least glad to get that out of the way. But I think at that point there will be a lot more natural conversation about that as time goes on, especially considering that like it's now midnight for y'all.
Yeah, well done, good game, y'all.
Yeah.
Fell the mighty beast. First thing you fought with layer actions. I mean, first thing you fought in this campaign with layer actions. I know some of y'all have been playing forever.
Mm.
Yeah, thanks for playing. I feel like it feels weird because of how we stigmatize emotional vulnerability, but I kind of missed you guys since not being able to run sessions as regularly, and to begin with, they were only like a month apart to begin with, but also, yeah, I just got shit to do, and like needing to do it
Yeah,
without having to
understandably
worry if I
enough.
have a game coming in a week and I don't have any prep done for it.
It's perfectly
And I think I might have
understood.
accidentally broken a toe or three the other day, or maybe
Oh,
it's just
shit.
contused, but yeah, I'm hobbling around pretty bad. And I'm like out of some of my medications, so my body's not feeling that great. But yeah, it's good to be back. Love having y'all. Hopefully pretty soon can get back to at least once a month games and kind of ramp up, maybe even more often, especially as we get closer to the end game, kind of like the final leg of the campaign. But yeah, good job. Thanks for playing, as always.
Yeah.
Sorry if I seemed a bit less attentive and was laying down more and was yawning a lot and all of that. I will say I have spent most of this past week severely ill, but
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry to hear.
I absolutely did not want to actually say anything and like move this towards being like canceled or pushed back, because it's like, no, I want to play, I want to talk to the people.
Well, I mean, considering that, especially from last episode, you kind of gave Jatari the heart reins, as it were, and this kind of actually worked out really perfectly for this episode, especially. And especially asking Jack where the fuck he came from.
Yeah.
And
he
finally having one character understand,
and-
shit.
actually, you should. Can you roll an insight check, real quick, actually?
May I?
As I'm
Yeah?
thinking about it more.
Oh, shit. Okay. So what does a nat 20 give you?
Oh my god. You noticed some amount of hesitate, although it wasn't like clear cut, like he had practiced it a lot, at least in his head. There was a lot of hesitation on the soldier part. When he was talking about his past, and it seemed like while it was the truth, it didn't seem like the whole truth.
To be honest, you could probably even gather the same bloody thing from Jatari, even though, let's be honest, you probably don't even need to roll an insight for that.
But it seemed like he was very clearly burying something under a more pleasant facade.
I mean, I think Jatari and Jack are on the same wavelength of like dealing with each other, even though, yeah, let's be honest, Jack could probably even tell even more so that Jatari is like keeping a lot from him in like her responses. I mean, even probably more so because of the fear that she has. In terms of like, oh shit, like if he's this much of just killing monsters on sight, what does he think of me then? Kind of atmosphere.
I mean, even without having asked him, if he viewed you as a monster, he would have already attacked.
I mean, sure,
he
but
obviously
let's be
wasn't
honest.
shy about it.
Sure, but Jatari is also very fearful on that kind of thing. Or,
Yeah.
not fearful is the term for that. She probably sees herself as that, even though, like, not many people would see her as the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Something, Catholic guilt, something.
Mm-hmm. Survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. That'd probably be a better way to say it. By the way, is Manu and Eddie still around, or what's going on for y'all?
Manu stepped
left.
away.
I'm around.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that was Jack and Chitari's
Sorry,
like
I stuttered,
finally
stuttered
talking
a little
about
bit
it.
on the location. My brain like fucking froze.
You're good. You're good.
No
I
worries.
think it was
I
one of those
thought you were
cases
from the
where-
wrong place.
But
Oh,
yes,
good.
no, he is a Dakani goblin from Corvair, Eberron. So
I know what Corvair is. I've
yeah.
never heard. I had never heard of Dakani before, and I had to look it up. And it's like, oh, it's because it's from 5,000 years before the settings.
Most of the settings take place.
So I just genuinely didn't know about that part of the history
Yes.
at all.
I tripped her up. My goblin wizard is currently staring right back at you, Steven.
Thank you.
Is that the rogue?
Yeah, it's a rogue.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll be in touch soon just to say what's up and happy holidays and all that. But I gotta get some shit done before I check in to see when y'all want to run the next one. But hopefully it'll be pretty soon. No promises.
Hopefully.
No
I
worries.
need to figure it out myself, to be honest. So
As much as I would love to play again soon, real life prevents that. So take care of yourself.
Yeah, you too, and happy holidays, y'all.
I haven't been up for gaming for the last like 2 weeks, so this was the first game I've had in 2 weeks. So well, I guess that's not true. I had Steven's game, but I checked out after like an hour of that because of how I was feeling.
Oh no, was that the reason why you were so quiet?
Well, yes.
Oh.
I was pondering the upcoming funeral, so.
Right.
Alright.
Hey, y'all.